Good morning, guys. It is another fantastic day in the shop. I got the two main pains in my butt right here, ready to, have some action. Hopefully this transmission goes back in tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to pull this one out today. So I'm gonna try to get this thing up on the jack stands nice and tall, like as tall as I can get it. It's really difficult with this car to get it up very high, but give it a try. It's generally my issue comes with this jack, just doesn't reach any higher. It needs like a stand or something. Maybe I can just like make something that can lift it up higher, would be nice. I got two new jack stands because I like using the 6-ton ones because they're a lot sturdier, and especially once they're up really tall, they are a lot better. This car is on the 4 that I have, and then I have 2 more over there in the corner, so this car will be on 4 of the sturdy guys instead of 2 of the good ones, and these 2 sketchy ones right here, the Pittsburgh ones. So I'm gonna jack it up. I already drained the fluid out of it, fix the jack stand placement, and see what we got going on. I tried to make sure the band wasn't out of adjustment, but I think I actually broke some hard parts in the trans, not just clutches or anything. But it's one of those deals, you know, you break stuff. It is part of it, and I am fully aware that breaking stuff is a huge part of this. So no more talking, I am just gonna start pulling it apart. All right, Power Glide is out of the Camaro. Look who came to join the party. Transmission party in the shop. Car, Power Glide's back out. Took about, I think, maybe 45 minutes to an hour of leisurely working to get it out, which I'm super proud of myself for. That is really cool, because when the first time I had to pull this trans, the only other time I ever pulled this trans, I was just like dreading it. I was terrified. I was worried about how difficult it would be if it was possible on the ground. Now, I just friggin' bombed it out in like 45 minutes, which is really good practice, because someday I probably will be at the level where I'll have some spare trans parts with me, and if I'm at a couple day race, I may have to pull the trans, and it's good to get that practice, that confidence, and that level of knowledge of being able to just pull it right out. Always cool to see yourself progressing in a way. I can definitely tell that there are some hard parts broken in there, because this shaft isn't coming in or out. It's not spinning, and it's probably broken. So like this Power Glide right here, you can see the shaft comes in and out. It spins. This one, it's wedged in there, not coming out. So something internally definitely broke and is holding up some stuff. I could take these apart. They're pretty simple to take apart. I'm not too worried about that, but I'm just gonna let ATF go through it. They will have the trans on Tuesday. I'll be going down there, so that'll be fun. If you guys have any Power Glide and transmission questions that you'd like me to ask Jason at ATF, let me know in the comments, because he has some really killer information. He has so much knowledge, and just an awesome guy to work with. The whole team over at ATF, I mean, these parts fail. I am not in any way expecting these parts to last forever. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this was probably just a fluke deal, and it was probably most likely something I did. You guys know how that is, but we'll know, and we'll better our program from it. So that is this trans out. Hopefully tomorrow the slave comes for this guy and we could put this trans in. That is the goal, but it is a Sunday night and I am ready to go and not work on a transmission for the rest of the night. Super excited about how that went. Honestly, I wish I could time lapse this kind of stuff, guys, but it's really just not in my wheelhouse, and it's not an easy task to set up a camera and somehow not block it underneath a car. Someday when I have a lift in here, we can, you know, get some better video of things like this happening. But in the meantime, I'm just doing stuff, trying to get these cars on the road going, and hope you guys understand that. Time-lapsing is extremely difficult in my situation. Got some new parts in here too. Look at this. Brand new front brake kit. Dang. These are pretty big brakes too for a drag front brake. Happy I went with the bigger size. The billet calipers. Look at how good that looks. Floating rotor too. Just to get some rotating force off of it. These floating rotors are nice because they keep the front brakes from ever having too much force on them at all times. So new brakes, all new hubs, new lug nuts, new bearings, the whole nine. So really excited for that this week. Can't wait to put all this stuff on. These are gonna look so much better. If you guys didn't know, I was just running bone stock Camaro front brakes that have upwards of 300,000 miles on the whole assembly, I'm gonna assume. Imagine everything up here has 300,000 miles if I were to guess, and they're just super shot. So hopefully once we put these on, they'll have a lot more clamping force, and it'll also probably help me hold the car still in the burnouts, because when I'm on the brakes hard, it'll push through the front. It doesn't really like to stay. It'll just make driving this car all around a lot better. So new brakes, take some weight off of the front. All right, while I'm waiting for parts and stuff, I figured I'd get some fresh tires for this. Here 240, so these tires, like I was saying, are freaking old. They're all like 10 years old and like rock solid. They have no give to them, unfortunately, because they are pretty good tires. They're some Eagle GT. The backs were Goodyear Eagles, so they're actually a decent tire, but they're so old that I don't trust driving on them. The fronts were some Nexen something or other, but got some other tires for it, and I'll show you guys what I got in a minute here. But fresh tires going on this thing. I have another set of rears that'll be going on it too, so let's get these loaded up, head on down to the tire shop, and let's mount them. All right, so here are the used tires I just picked up. So for the back, we got some of whatever these guys are, Ironman iMove Gen 2. They got a good amount of life left on them. They are pretty good. They're in good shape. They're all seasons, and they are from 2019, so that's pretty good. Got a matching set of those for one of the rears. And then for the other set of rears, I got these that are a little better looking. They're some Cumhos, and they are ECOS whatever that is, freaking PS31. So this is a pretty good tire. Excited to try this one out. This one should be probably the grippier of the two tires if I were to guess. What year are these ones from? These ones are from 2017, so they're a little bit older, but they're in a lot better shape than the other tires. And then for the front, I have some Pirelli P7s, all seasons, so these should be grippy enough for the front. They are in good shape too. They are from like, I think 2018 also, so they're not that old. All in all, pretty good set of tires here. I think I spent like almost 300 bucks on all these, so a lot better deal than buying some brand new tires, and I feel a lot better about just burning these off. So I'm gonna throw these on, go to the tire shop, get everything swapped out, and we'll be on some fresh rubber all around. They're gonna have to stretch these because just the way that the wheels are and the way that it fit, I'm just, instead of changing what size, I'm just going with the exact size that is coming off of there, so I know that it fits well. Hopefully everything fits with the sidewall and everything, but if we rub a little bit, we rub a little bit, you know, have that. All right, all the fresh setup here. Thank you to my boys over at Superior. They got me taken care of real quick, changing these out, got rid of the old tires, Those guys are gone. Time to put it on the 240, put all the wheels back on. Waiting on the slave for that guy, for the old T56 Magnum over there. Get this thing back together, and hopefully this week will actually be like driving it enough to where I feel comfortable at going on the dyno. Fingers crossed. Dyno this week would be very cool. All right, I decided to put the old Ironmans on first for the initial dyno and testing of the car. These white wheels are looking nice. Oof, that's a nice looking wheel. The fitment is a little different than I remember with the silver wheels. I don't know if these have a different back spacing or a different offset or something, but those I feel like fit way better than these white ones. These ones have always just been spares. I never had tires on them. I don't know, it's a little weird, kind of throwing me. I don't know how well that's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna rub. I mean, it's pretty bad. It looks super hokey. So I'm not convinced on this yet. We'll see how the silver ones look. Curious how the fronts tuck once the fender's on. But that is that's what we got for now. So I'm also starting to mock up for a clutch pedal stop. You can see I got a bolt threaded in back there, so that if my problem was overextending the clutch, that should stop it. Well, once I finish it, once I get like a bigger bolt head or something. I'm gonna use that because then it's adjustable, so I can feel out where, you know, it's a good spot to stop. I use the same kind of idea right here, you know, as a throttle stop to keep from opening it too wide. The bolt's really nice because it keeps the adjustability instead of like welding in like a plate or something. So I'm gonna do that. I also have to fill in that hole. Gotta put a block off plate there, but that should be a good way to stop it. I may try to use this hole, but if you can't get to the back side of them, it's really hard to do unless I like weld a nut onto there. So gonna try to figure out that, see if I can get some of the extension out, because I think that might have been my other issue, why I was destroying the seals in my slave. So while I wait for the new slave and the new master, just trying to figure out how I can prevent that from happening again, because once that all gets here, this car is so ready to go test, like test drive, not test drift, but test drive. And I'm really excited at this point because I am just right there. I feel like at the home stretch of driving this car. Just need to order a few more things to really make it driftable. All right, guys, that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tomorrow morning, down to ATF we go. So if you got any questions, comment them down below. Hopefully be coming home with this trans, get it in this week, be back testing within a couple days. This stuff happens, and I am just excited to be back on the track. Fresh brakes will be going on this week, and both cars hopefully will be running and driving by the end of the week. So that'll be really cool. And then maybe clear out the shop and start working on one of my other vehicles, because there's a couple other things that we got some cool parts for that I want to start working on. So definitely be excited about that. You tell me which cars you want to see worked on next. I know which cars I want to work on next, but these cars have to be a little bit farther along than they're at now. So next couple weeks, we'll be doing some different cars in this shop, hopefully. But that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it saucy. I will see you next time.